This has been really fun for me to share with you about the power of intercession that you have as kings and queens of the Most High God. I really want you to understand and teach others these ideas in the book, Ministry of Kings and Queens, from laity to royalty. Once you really get you are a royal of God, you begin to think differently about yourself and your time management in order to fulfill your royal assignment and also your finances. I've been around many very successful kings, not only financially successful, but successful in their God-given assignments. They tend to rise early and set the day to accomplish their daily tasks, to move the ball towards not only what creates their resources, but also on the mission God has given them. I want to talk to you about resources for a minute and spend a little time on tithing. I have never met a successful king or queen who didn't at least tithe. For the royals, tithing is a given because you know who you are and you know who he is. Actually, all of the multimillionaire kings and queens I know give 20 to 40% of their wealth to the kingdom causes and to kingdom projects. So if you're not tithing to a local church that preaches the gospel and gets people saved and disciples men and women, I would definitely start there. Tithing increases your faith, and that's just a starting place. Then you can go to offerings that you give to God by helping projects that are going on around the world or even locally. Causes that you really believe on that you feel need to happen while you're on earth. I can tell you my journey. I have always tithed, and God has always been abundantly good to me in so many ways. Sometimes it comes in opportunities to work more, to create more resources. Early on, that's the way it worked. Then he would give me ideas for books and DVDs and services and other ways to duplicate what we were doing at the counseling center and social media and marketing our business in so many ways. It would take a book all by itself to write the stories of God, how he has done things in my life. You see, the excitement in the Christian walk isn't when we trust God. It's when God trusts you. Now, let me say that again. The excitement in the Christian walk is not we trust God, but rather when he can trust us. He has already proven himself trustworthy. Christ is trustworthy. He is beyond faithful. We tend to have to grow into this area. Then, as the business grew, I was introduced to the idea of tithing and giving offerings out of each company that we would develop. This was a step of faith at first, but I saw the same things happen in my business as I'd seen in my personal finances. It was actually funny at times. I would literally write a check to a missions organization in the morning, and that day I would receive so much more. I never sow to reap. I sow because I love. And I want people to be saved all across the world. That's part of why we do this ministry and show. You'll notice every time we present the gospel because we want people saved. Even the story of Healing Times came to be on television was totally supernatural. I've been sowing into others all my Christian life. The Lord gave me a burden to heal the nations through healing the church and mobilizing church members to start small groups. I had a very positive relationship with people in Christian TV, but never had the money to be able to make this happen. I asked God if I should give the money, and he said no. He wanted to fund it. So for years, I just waited. In a 2-week period, I had 2 people who didn't know each other give me huge amounts of money so I could pay for the airtime and the production of shows for Healing Time to be birthed. I still don't take a dime from this ministry. This is all of God's doing, and we love all of you who partner with us in this ministry and watch it grow and take roots in churches. I get excited every time someone lets us know they started a group in their home or in the church or on their social media. I get very excited when you do your ministry. However, I will also say this about money for those of you that are royals. You want to be faithful to save money as well as give money. When you are saving money, it puts you in a place that when an opportunity comes, you can be able to participate in that situation. I have seen this in our business. We would have extra, and save that extra, and then something would come along to help us to advance, to help other people, and we were able to capitalize on that situation because money was saved. As a king and queen, your heart, your time, and your resources are all the King of Kings. My prayer is we helped you to reflect on this, and maybe in a new way, so that you can hear, well done, good and faithful servant. And it's so important. You know, being a royal, it sounds really great, and you got your little crown on, and you're sitting in your robes, right? No, it's a place of service. It's a place where you're a servant to a king, and how you serve with excellence. That's what defines you. That's what makes you feel like you're going to get well done, good and faithful servant on a daily basis. I don't want to hear just well done and faithful servant at the end of my life. I want to hear it today. That I managed my time well, I managed my resources well, I loved other people, I was willing to share the gospel. If an opportunity showed itself, I love to share the gospel. I love seeing people get saved. I love seeing people get healed. I love seeing people start their ministry. That's why we do this program. Our program isn't about selling a book. Of course, we want you to get the Ministry Kings book, but we want you to start a group with it. Okay? It's not about that. And I don't make a dime on any of that. So I want to encourage you. You are royal, but royal means you are responsible for something. So if you don't know what that is, go in prayer, or just be sensitive what the Holy Spirit kind of draws you to, who you have a heart for, what problem you want to solve, so that you can move into your royalty and to begin extending the kingdom, whether it's science, politics, whether it's helping kids in the neighborhood. It doesn't really matter what it is, as long as you're on assignment, you will know that God is pleased with it.
For more content and resources to help in your healing journey with Christ, make sure to follow Dr. Doug Weiss on Facebook and Instagram. If you'd like to share full episodes of this show with friends and family, subscribe to Healing Time Ministries on YouTube, and feel free to leave us a comment on any of Dr. Doug's social media platforms. Our team would love to hear your feedback and learn how Healing Time is impacting your life, your church, and your ministry.